Hello everyone, my name is Matthew, and this is Learn the Lingo. Welcome to Lesson 58 of Hebrew Basics, a series where we learn the essentials of Hebrew grammar. Today, we are going to continue learning how to make and use the Pual binyan. This binyan has only three tenses: present, past, and future. Last time, we learned the present tense, and today, we are going to learn the past. Let's make all the past tense forms of the root Lamed Mem Dalet. Remember that in the PL, this root has a meaning of teaching. Since the Pual is the passive form of the PL, it will have a meaning of being taught. The most simple past tense verb will be the one whose subject is hu, he. He was taught. To form this Pual past tense verb, we'll have the first root letter, the Lamed, with an U vowel, either a vav with shuruk or a kubutz, which is what I'll use. Then we'll have the second root letter mem with a ragesh and patach, and end with the third root letter dalet. Lumad, he was taught. Compare this to limid, the PL past tense verb he taught. Both binyanim will have a ragesh in the second root letter when possible. The PL has a hirik and sere, ie, while the Pual has a kubutz and patach, u-a. Remember that this verb form, the hu form of the past tense, is what gives the different binyanim their names. Putting the root pe ein lamed in this form of this binyan, we get pual, which is where this binyan gets its name, pual. Pual itself is formed as a somewhat irregular pual verb, since its second root letter ein cannot take a ragesh, like the one we had in lumad. To make many of the other forms of a pual past tense, all we have to do is add the necessary endings to lumad. Lumadti, I was taught. Lumadta, ye were taught masculine singular. Lumad, ye were taught feminine singular. Lumadnu, we were taught. Lumadtem, ye were taught masculine plural. And lumadten, ye were taught feminine plural. In the Pual, the only forms that will change a vowel is the he, she form, and the heim and hein, they form. Both these forms will need to shorten the patach on the second root letter to a shva. Adding a, we get lumda, she was taught, and adding u, we get lumdu, they were taught. Comparing all this to the PL past tense of the same root, we can see that while the PL changes its sere in the hu form, limed, he taught, to a patach in many other forms, like limadti, I taught, the Pual makes no vowel change at all here. Both binyanim will change the vowel on their second root letter to a shva in the forms limda and limdu, she and they taught, and lumda and lumdu, she and they were taught. Let's make the Pual verb it was wasted, where the it is a masculine object. The four-letter root beit zain has a meaning of wasting in the PL. So in the passive Pual, it has a meaning of being wasted. This root needs to be put in a Pual past tense verb whose subject is hu, he. Remember that with four-letter roots, the root letters will have the same vowels as three-letter roots, but the second root letter will be added in with a shva. So the first root letter beit will have the u vowel of the Pual, and the third root letter beit will have its patach, and also a ragesh. The second root letter zain will just have a shva. That makes buzbaz, it was wasted, in masculine form. If the it is feminine, the verb it was wasted will be in the he, she form. Remember, Hebrew has no neutral it, so an it must be either he or she, and this will depend on whether the noun we're talking about is masculine or feminine. To make this he, she form of the past tense, we'll take buzbaz, shorten the patach, here on the third root letter, to a shva, and add a. Buzbaza, it was wasted, in feminine form. With these verbs, we can say the chicken was wasted and the cake was wasted. The chicken in Hebrew is ha'of, which is a masculine noun. So the verb will be in the he form of the past tense, buzbaz. The cake is ha'uga, a feminine noun. So its verb is in the she form, buzbaza. Ha'of buzbaz, the chicken was wasted, and ha'uga buzbaza, the cake was wasted. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you want to learn more Hebrew, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.